Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a seafood recipe, and this one is, I think it makes for a great lunch or idea just in case you have a gathering and all of that. I feel like it's a very nice family style dish. It's a stuffed red Hamour fish. It has this delicious filling. And it's very flavorful, has that little kick of spice to it, well balanced, and it's also relatively easy to make. So let's show you guys. For the stuffed fish, here we have two red Hamour fish, small ones. If you have more people, it depends on how many people, you can increase the portion. And of course we have here shrimp, just a handful, a small packet of vermicelli noodles that we've soaked in hot water, a whole head of garlic, half a bunch of parsley. You can also add coriander if you have, about 5 fresh mushrooms that we've cut into small pieces, a teaspoon of harissa, a tablespoon of the biber chalchose that there is a recipe for it in my channel, a tablespoon of tomato paste, half a pickled lemon with its core that we've just removed the seeds, 2 tablespoons soy sauce, 2 tablespoons olive oil plus 1 tablespoon regular oil, the juice of half a lemon, half a cup of water, and for our spices we have salt, but don't put too much because a lot of our other ingredients have salt in them. A quarter teaspoon cumin, half a teaspoon of ginger powder, a teaspoon of paprika, half a teaspoon of turmeric, and a little bit of chili powder. You can use it, you can omit it, depends on how much you like spice. So I forgot to mention that you'll also need black pepper. So our first step is to prepare the marinade, I guess. And this one is multi-use or multi-function. You can use it not just for fish, you can use it for meat, for chicken, anything really. So in a food processor, we're adding in the parsley. Next, we're adding in the garlic, the pickled lemon. Next, we're going to add in the harissa, the Turkish red pepper paste or biber chalchose, tomato paste, lemon juice, the spices, soy sauce, and olive oil. I'll also be adding pepper because I forgot to add it earlier. We'll also be adding a little bit of the water, just not too much because this will depend on the consistency. So add the water as you blend, just to make sure that you get the right consistency. So now we're going to blend until we get the right consistency. So for the consistency, it should be in between, so not a liquid, but at the same time not a paste. So I've tasted it just for the seasoning and all of that, and it lacked the acidity or sourness that I wanted. So I've added about a teaspoon of vinegar, and I've also checked for the consistency, and it's not runny enough as I wanted. So I'm going to add a little bit of water, about half the whatever was left. And now I'm going to blend it one more time. So after blending it, this is the right consistency. This is the desired consistency. So now I'm just going to pour it into a bowl. So now I'm just going to take a spoon and I'm going to pour some of the marinade, and it will also be smooth. I'm going to pour some into a separate bowl. So now we're going to marinate the fish. So we've marinated our fish, and we try to get the marinade everywhere, every corner of the fish. And now we're just going to set it aside and start working on our filling. So we've strained our vermicelli, and we're going to just cut it. So we've cut our vermicelli, and now we're going to add the shrimp, but only half the amount. And we're not going to cook them because everything will cook in the oven, and they cook fairly quickly. So otherwise, so there's no need to pre-cook them, because otherwise it will be overcooked or something like that. We don't want that. We're also going to be adding half the mushrooms. Now we're adding some of the marinade, about 2 or 3 tablespoons. And we're going to mix that. So after we we mixed our filling, now we're going to just get back to the fish and we're going to stuff it from the inside. Make sure that you get it through every corner. So I filled both the fishes and I've just closed them with toothpicks. You can sew them. You can sew them shut if you have the thread needed for the kitchen, but we don't at the moment. So we've just closed it using toothpicks. And now we're just going to use the excess marinade that just overflew and we're going to put it on top. So before we started filling the fish, I forgot to mention we preheated our oven to 200 degrees Celsius, and we've lined our tray with aluminium foil first and then baking paper, and we've put our fish. Now we're going to take another baking paper and we'll put it on top of the fish. And we'll try to cover it with the aluminium paper. So now we've covered it with plastic, with aluminium foil, and we're going to bake it for 30 minutes because fish shouldn't take that long in the oven. It cooks pretty quickly, so we're just going to cook it while covered, and then we're going to uncover it and just broil it from the top to get that nice color on the top. Now we're going to bake it at 200 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. For the sauce, you need two medium tomatoes grated, whatever is left of the mushrooms, tablespoon of the marinade, whatever is left of the shrimp, a tablespoon olive oil, and a 1/4 cup cooking. So our first step is we've put the saucepan on medium heat to just heat up, and now that it has, we're adding in the oil, and we're going to wait for it to heat up a little bit. So now we're going to add the tomatoes. We've added the tomatoes and mixed it a little bit. Now we're adding in the marinade. And we're just going to let that cook together for about 5 minutes. So it's been 5 minutes. I uncovered the lid and it smells amazing. Now we're adding in the mushrooms. Going to stir that and we're going to let that sit for a few minutes, about 5 more minutes as well. So after about 5 minutes, now we're going to add in the shrimp. And we're going to mix that. Now we add in the cooking cream. And we're going to mix it and let it cook for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to taste it for salt and the seasoning and everything. We didn't add anything to it because the marinade already had all the seasoning needed, but we're still going to taste it just to make sure. So this is what it looks like after we've served it. So once we took it out of the oven, we just we removed the toothpicks holding everything together. And then we just poured the sauce on top, and whatever was left of the filling, because we didn't use all of it, so whatever was left off, we just sauteed it just so the shrimp can cook, and we've served it with some lemon wedges because fish is best with lemon. So I'm only going to try the filling. So the filling is very flavorful with the spices and everything. I didn't really try the fish because I wanted to eat it once all of the family just sits and gathers around. But as you can see, here is the fish, the filling. The fish looks really well cooked. As you can see, it falls apart on its own. And of course, the sauce, when I tried it, it was one of the best sauces that I've ever made. So I highly recommend trying it as a nice lunch idea, I think, because it's really well flavorful and balanced. So this concludes today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and if you like this kind of content, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and follow me on Facebook and Instagram so you guys can support me to make more content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!